Good morning, everyone. Thank you for stopping by to check us out. Today we have Taft versus Lincoln Park. And this morning, both teams are 1-0-1, so one win, one loss. Lincoln Park did play yesterday in a tournament, so let's see how they will adapt today. I'm not sure how they did yesterday in the tournament, but hopefully they had good times. Got to see some of them yesterday. Thanks, Shar, for the closed caption there. So we're just waiting for them to get all ready and lunch. Hopefully everyone's having a good morning today. This is week 3 for the Chicago High School Esports League. Both these teams are Chicago public schools. I've been talking with Lincoln Park for quite a while in their team. They did have a pretty good showing yesterday, and definitely making some good strides with their program. Hopefully be able to keep it going, improve for next year. All right, looks like we're about to get started with picks and bans here.
The ball is angry.
All right, so an Ori ban first.
You don't have the heart for this.
From the side of Taft, and then we get Lucian ban from Lincoln Park. Fizz ban on Taft's side. So I'm not sure if that's a mid lane Fizz or a top lane Fizz they're banning out, but either way, regardless, they don't want to allow them to have that flex pick.
People fear what they cannot understand.
Cool foam.
Get a Fiora ban out of Taft as well. Syndra ban, so picking on the AD carry in mid lane from Lincoln Park.
We must all make our choices.
And then we get Callista ban from Lincoln Park. And it looks like first pick hovering over Callista. Callista we haven't seen been played too many times here. Definitely not a champ that they're playing in the pros. I'm not sure if she received any big buffs, but definitely with the total damage to the team and just the attack speed, being able to get the kills, it'll be pretty good. And Lincoln Park gonna lock in the Lulu Sejuani. Sejuani is pretty overpowered at the moment. A lot of people not understanding how to build her kit. This could be an interesting decision not to ban or pick Sejuani and to go with the Callista as the first pick, one that's not really required. Kalista usually isn't played too often. So we have the hover over Thresh, also hovered over Blitzcrank. Gonna lock in the Thresh. So Kalista Thresh bot lane, that combination at level 6 is going to be deadly with Kalista and being able to uh, knock up the rest of their team. And we're going to go with a Shen. That's probably going to be a top lane Shen. Linkin Park going to insta-lock in the Jhin for the bot lane AD carry. So a lot of lockdown, a lot of poke out of Jhin. And then they're going to go with the Poppy in the top lane. That would be my guess. Good counter for Shen. Definitely destroys tanks. Has abilities to stop Shen's taunt and his dash. So definitely good to protect that back line of Jhin. We got to hover over Gragas and also hovering over Zyra. Still don't know who the Linkin Park mid laner is, so we'll have to see uh, what Taft's decision is here to play. Because they're going to be going in blind to the mid lane. Going to lock in the Ahri. I'm going to lock in the Gragas. So very tank heavy oriented team on the side of Taft. Linkin Park has a decision to make to see in who they can try and use to counter that. Jhin doesn't have very much consistent damage, but let's see what they end up choosing out here. Lots of lockdown, lots of CC for Linkin Park with Polymorph from Sejuani, from Poppy, and if she is able to land a heroic charge. And they go with a Vlad. So Vlad against Ahri in the mid lane. We got jungle is going to be Leona versus Gragas. Or, I'm sorry, Sejuani versus Gragas. I don't know why I said Leona. I was looking at their tag. So who do you guys think drafted better? We're gonna have our spectators delay about 3 minutes. Let me know in chat who do you think is going to win. Skill level for these teams is fairly even. Pretty much Platts, and a few outliers with a diamond and a gold on the side of Taft, but pretty much Platts straight down, and one gold for Lincoln Park. So it's all gonna come down to these lane matchups and how do you think they drafted. So after the 6 minutes or 6 seconds, they're gonna be locked in. They're going to load into the game. We'll have a 3-minute delay until we start, and then we'll be right in the game. So I'll check back here. 3 minutes. Let me know in chat who do you think is going to win? Who do you think drafted better? And I will see you guys in about 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. We got about 20 more seconds on to the spectator delay, and then we'll be able to get into game and see how everything is going. Thanks again for joining me this morning to watch Lincoln Park versus Taft. Two CPS schools going head to head against each other. One of the five CPS schools in the Chicago High School Esports League right now. We're split fairly evenly at 6 and 5 for the league. 5 schools for the city and 6 schools for the suburbs. I'm hoping next year we can bring it up to 20 to 24. If you guys know any schools that have teams, or if you play a league and you want to join up next year, just let me know. Send me an email, hit me up on Twitter. All right, loading in at the moment. Shouldn't take us too long unless someone had a really long load. Thanks for the XD, Gary Dehida. So with the matchups in this, it's going to be very hard for Taft to be able to keep Sejuani off of the back line and not being able to do big damage to Taft and Callista. So she's going to have to be very good at dodging abilities. With Poppy being able to help Sejuani when they're comboed in lane, being able to get that freeze, it will be very helpful. All right, let's get everything up here. Let's get the scoreboard up. Let's get everything arranged as it's loading in here. All right, good. Top, jungle, mid. We're all set. All right, Taft looking to go into the river right here. Gonna ward in that bush. Lincoln Park already was expecting the invade from Taft. Taft has a very good level 1 invade. Looks like since they were spotted out, they probably will just back up here. Everyone to get a recall, so Taft's invade goes poorly due to good warding from Lincoln Park. So Lincoln Park able to spot that out, and Taft just backs off instead of trying to engage. Taft usually goes in 5-man to invade to try and catch somebody off guard. But this time they were unable to do that. Lincoln Park was ready, had 5 people waiting, warded, ran down, and they were able to counter it. So little mastery Sam here for the stream. And they're going to start on their respective bot sides. Going to get a good leash from both sides. Oh, and we get a pause right off the bat. Not sure who is having issues here. Let's just check the chat log real quick. Looks like Vlad is having a little issues. So let's see if he's going to reconnect or just try and wait it out here. Each team has 10 minutes of pause time, so they're able to pause if they need to. Each game, just in case of lag or disconnect issues or PC issues, so that's the nice thing about running it in tournament draft mode. is that you're able to pause it if someone's having issues or someone disconnects.
A summoner has disconnected.
Alright, so it looks like Poppy disconnected. And then once they reconnect, well, hopefully they'll have those issues worked out. And we'll be able to get started again. So Shen's starting with the new Thorn Shield. We also have Poppy going with the Corrupting Potion. Ari starting with Doran's Ring, or Vlad going a little more aggressive with the Dark Seal, help him with the potions. Also, if he gets an early kill, help him start snowballing early. And both AD carries going with Doran's Blade plus a pot. And the new support items, Thresh is going with Ancient Coin, so he's going to have to pick up the coins for the mana, as well as the gold to try and upgrade it to get the extra skill level up, whereas Lulu's going with the Spell Thief's Edge, which once they complete the quest, after poking out Taft, Taft's bottom lane, will be able to get better movement speed. So we're sitting about 3 minutes of delay time here. We will see how much longer this will take, and then I'll switch back over to the in-game screen once everybody is ready. Thanks, Shar, for the hello. So just still waiting for this pause. They've used up about 5.5 minutes of their pause time. Hopefully, they're having some computer issues restarting his computer. He can get back logged in, get reconnected to the game, and we'll be able to get back on our way. So if he's not back in that 10 minutes, they will have to resume the game. So still waiting. We got about 2.5 minutes left of pause time. Probably looks like they're going to use all of their pause time. Maybe still having connection issues getting back into the game. That's the biggest issue with not playing in a LAN environment, is that they're not all together. But even still, you'd have these problems at a LAN if the internet or the computer is acting wonky. But just not having the ability to have multiple, uh, not having the ability to have multiple computers to switch over to, depending on how many computers you would have in your house with League on it. Thanks again for sitting through here with us, guys. We're just paused for the moment, waiting on them to unpause so we can watch the rest of the game. Thanks for checking us out this morning, doing your scouting on your opponents. Some of you guys might play against these guys next week, depending on where you fall into the bracket. Good luck to everyone else's games today if you haven't played already. I know there was one match already played, Oak Park River Forest, as well as Oak Park River Forest versus Whitney Young, I believe. So those replays will be up on our YouTube page, either Monday or Tuesday, depending on how long it takes to get everything started for my recording. But expect to see those up there. This game will be posted immediately to YouTube right after, so if you want to watch the replay, feel free to watch it there. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Let's get those 100 subscribers so that I can do a custom link. It doesn't have to be anything crazy on YouTube, just so I can get everything all set up on there. So subscribe. If you haven't already. Oh, it's Walter Payton, not Whitney Young. That's right. Thanks, Gamma, for correction. I didn't have Battlefy open. I believe Whitney Young's game is tonight. Later on. And then tomorrow, or tonight actually, Revis might try to stream their games on Twitch. I'll put the link up on Twitter, and you can check them out. But it looks like we're back from pause, so we're going to get started. Poppy did not reconnect yet, so they're going to have to play shorthanded until she's able to reconnect. Hopefully she gets back on soon here, so they won't be without her for too long. Could be disastrous if it does take her too long to get back into this game. So not much going on, obviously very early game, not much is going on. Looks like Taft might be trying to go for the early level 2. They did hit that level 2 spike. Gets the hook onto Lulu, the ignite goes down. Lulu's able to shield herself, but first blood goes to Callista. That level 2 advantage. Taft shows aggression every time at level 2, tries to get the early kill. Wasn't expecting to do that much damage, but Thresh did go ignite. So that was able to burn through, and the heal wasn't able to do much from Jhin just because that ignite was so strong at countering that early heal. So first blood to Shiva in that bot lane, which is going to help him snowball all the way up. And Taft is just going to keep pushing onto this tower to deny Jhin any... Oh, looks like Thresh almost went down, just got out of aggro range of that tower. Callista did heal a little preemptively, but that was a great turnaround by Jhin to be able to lock up Thresh, but he was just a hair out of range and did not get the Colossus shield. But this time they go in again onto Thresh, and it looks like they're going to keep going onto this bot lane. Gragas helping Shen up on top. Poppy did just reconnect that tower. That wave is already pushed to the tower. I don't think they're going to be able to nail the kill onto Sejuani. Poppy is coming in now. Shen is extremely low, but so is Sejuani, and Gragas was trying to tank the tower there for Shen to be able to lock up the kill, but he was not able to succeed. So Poppy connects just in time. And he's going to have a lot of catching up to do. Level 4 versus level 2. But Shen is really low, so he's not going to be able to dish out damage as much as he was able to Sejuani, just because he's going to get poked by Poppy and her abilities. So CS-wise, Shen did start with a 20, right now 25 CS to 6. Was fairly clean in the top lane. Sejuani was trying to go and cover as much as he could after he was grabbed both of his buffs and then returned back to the jungle to farm up the rest. So 2 kills for Kalista in that bot lane, 1 on each. Summoners are down for bot lane. Shiva still has flash available, so, and Lulu's flash is still available. Here comes Sejuani with the gank. Lockdown onto Thresh. Thresh throws a lantern over the wall. Lands a hook. Gragas comes over with that lantern. What a great lantern to get Gragas over, and they're able to clean up onto that Sejuani. Jhin and Lulu had backed up and thought they were safe, or backed up to leave Sejuani to die at that point. So, great trading by Poppy in that top lane against the Shen. Shen does land the taunt. Poppy does have to flash away just because of that level advantage. It's really hurting him. The rush goes in, just stays out of tower range enough that she was able to land the kill, but then he walks back into tower range for no reason and gets killed by the tower shots. So kill goes over to Lulu because Jhin was already dead, and he is down already 30 CS. So he's going to have a hard time farming in that bot lane now, especially with all the aggression. If they're not able to dodge every hook, they're going to have a very hard time. Kalista's almost level 6 already. And has 47 farm. Otherwise farm, Vlad is beating Ahri just by a little bit. Oh, here comes a gank from Sejuani. Ahri lands the charm, is going to have to ult away just to be safe. But Gragas is right behind in case there's any issues. Vlad did get his ultimate. He did not use it there, saving it possibly for the next engage. Ward's going down in that top river. We have a pink ward knocking out the regular ward placed by Taft. Sejuani taking the Scuttle Crab to get the river sighted. Get a little more farm. And wards over the blue buff to make sure that nothing, Gragas isn't going to come up there and try and attempt to gank her. Shen's pushing a big wave into tower. Poppy had to use her TP to help out Sejuani in that top lane. So she's going to have to walk it all the way back. Comes back with a Ruby Crystal and a Cloth armor, as well as a Rejuvenation Bead. Try and help keep her life up. 6 versus 4 on the levels. Once Poppy gets a few more levels up, she'll be able to trade fairly well. But it's going to be a little while before she's able to catch up at this point. Missing some CS, still trying to poke down onto Shen. And it looks like Sejuani is going to try and come up top. 2 level difference in that top lane. Kalista Thresh is going to have some hard times here, but here comes the Sejuani gank. Again, with Poppy able to add the stacks onto Sejuani's stun, Shen is going to have a hard time trying to get away from here. He might just make it, tries to get the proc off of the grasp in order to get some life back, but he does go down just under the turrets. No one else in range to help. Poppy just able to lock down enough with Sejuani to do it. And that'll be the big combo right there, is Poppy Sejuani. Just because Sejuani's passive only procs off of melee, so they're not able to proc off of anyone else's abilities. But a giant farm lead. We're looking at a 40 CS difference in the bot lane, just abusing this Jhin's inability to farm under tower. Having only 4 shots and not having enough damage to actually destroy a minion wave right off the bat will definitely hurt. If he can catch back up, or if they can get a denial in that bot lane, they will do a lot better, but just so much farther ahead in items right now. A long sword when Shiva already has a Billswater Compass. And Linkin Park just lining itself up. Sejuani is on this bot side. She is level 6, so she's able to gank, but Gragas is waiting in the bush just to make sure Sejuani's not coming. It is full of a control ward, so they don't really have to worry about if they can see her there, but they're not going to go in. They're going to wait for Thresh to land. We're going to get a gank from Poppy. She's going to teleport to the bot side. Going to try and go in. Sejuani's also coming in. Gragas is bot lane, so big party bot lane. Shen is now going to come in with the ult. Still's going to have TP. Ult from Sejuani. A good taunt from Shen. Kalista is right in the middle of everything, but it looks like we might get away with no kills. Lots of summoners used, lots of abilities, but no kills for anyone. So it looks like they're going to push this wave in. They might try to rotate over to Dragon. There is Infernal Drake up. Oh, lands the hook onto Jhin, but not able to follow up. They do get the first turrets. Shen hanging out in the top. Looks like Vlad is roaming in the river. Not sure if he actually wants to come all the way down or if he's just showing himself to try and scare everyone away. Taft has a great chance here to take the Infernal Drake fairly early with 4 men already in the bot lane. And Shen's TP almost available. So if they go Drake, Shen can recall, buy some items, head back up to that top lane without much worry, unless Poppy pushes it extremely hard. Ahri misses the charm. Vlad's able to get a lot of poke damage while keeping the heal up. And they do take the Infernal Drake, and the next Drake will be the Mountain Drake. So Sejuani goes in onto Ahri. Ahri has to flash and use her ult to get away. She's going to go back in to poke a little damage out. Thresh is there. Ignite goes down onto Sejuani. She will go down to Kalista and Ahri. Vlad is trying to get away at the moment. He's going to pool to make sure he doesn't get hit with any other abilities, and he's going to back up. Shen's TP is available, but he's already halfway back to walking to that top lane. Lots of damage onto that top tower from Poppy. Poppy dashes into Shen to try and keep him off of getting all of that CS while they poke at the turret instead of getting taunted under turret. So great job by Poppy to get off, but Thresh comes in with the hook and the flay to knock back. Poppy's still able to out-trade a little bit. Does take some damage, but not able to do too much. Taking Scuttle, looks like Taft might be setting up to take the Rift Herald, the new Rift Herald that's able to take out towers and charge in. Not sure how effective we're going to see that being played this game. If you lay Rift Herald right, so you can get 2 towers out of it, even at the early game, it just does so much damage to towers. But you really do have to prep a wave. Many people don't understand how to use it, and will use it, maybe get a tower that's half health, but then not be able to actually finish it up. So it's all about how you are able to use it. Sejuani is able to see them there, and it looks like Taft might just rotate off of that and go straight onto Sejuani. Rift Herald looks like it will reset. He is way out, but Vlad's coming in. If Vlad gets a great ult off here, he could actually kill them, but his ult is down. He had used it in that last fight, and they're going to go straight onto Vlad here, who's kind of stuck. Gets the Ignite down from Thresh, so not able to heal up. No Ghost. Did have Cleanse, but did not use it. Possibly could have used it for that hook and been able to destroy or get away from that, because he did still have Flash available. So here we go with that Rift Herald in the mid wave. Is able to take down the first turret with 1 hit. It was very low at that point. It's going to charge into the next turret here, do a big chunk of damage to start, but Jhin is right there to ult, and they're going to clear the Rift Herald fairly quickly. Good response by Linkin Park. Like I said, if they were able to let him sit there at that tower, he would have taken it down very quickly, but instead only gets it down to about half health. So good damage, but good response by Linkin Park to defend that turret from the Rift Herald. Otherwise, he would have been able to do very good damage with 4 members of Taft sitting underneath that turret. So kill-wise, we are at 7 kills to 2. Taft does have the quite a bit of lead of gold, about 6,000 gold right now against Lincoln Park. That early disconnect from Poppy set them at a big advantage. So they're really far behind here, trying to catch up. Poppy just trying to outduel two of them, and is able to do that fairly well. If there was one more member, does land a kill onto Thresh. Jhin shows up in the top lane to help out a little bit. Kalista is pushing the bot wave in, so Sejuani has to go and help that there. And then we get another pause here for a moment. I'm not sure who disconnected, but hopefully we'll be back very quickly. Yeah, so we have a little bit of a break, a pause by Taft, so they have a few minutes here. So what do you guys think about this game so far? Do you think Lincoln Park can come back? They are down quite a bit, 6K in gold. They do have a great team comp, so if they can get some stuff set up, if they can get Vlad a little bit farther ahead, he is ahead in CS, but he does not have any kills, any participation, any assists. He did finish his proto belt, which is going to be a good spike, power spike for him, and gives him that little bit of ability to dash in just a little bit deeper to get more damage onto the carries, onto the squishies of Taft. They might have been a little bit better going with more of a damage-oriented, like a Cassiopeia, especially for other tanks. Somebody that's able to burn down the tanks, even possibly like a Malzahar, which will be a good combo with the lockdown from the rest of the team. But instead opt for the Vlad for the team fighting ability and the ability to come out and trade equally or ahead with just about anyone with the healing. We do have the Morello Namicon built for Ahri, so he's able to counter some of that Vlad if he gets to that low point. So Vlad's going to have to be very aggressive early and then retreat if he gets too far back. And that Morello Namicon will also hurt Lulu's ultimate just because of the main healing portion of that. So both top laners have Chain Vest and a Abami Cinder built. There's pretty big nerfs to Sunfire Cape with this current patch, where it does more damage to minions, but doesn't do as much damage to heroes. Me personally, I play a tank top laner, and that was 90% of my damage in that top lane was from the Sunfire Cape, and the ability just to be in the back line and doing constant damage. So I'm very unhappy about that. I pushed fine as a tank top laner. I didn't need any more help. So I'm very upset about that change. And most of the changes with the tank updates. I did love to play Sejuani in the jungle before the patch, but now she gets permabanned or picked very early in the games. So just waiting for them to unpause here. And then we'll be right back into the game. Again, Taft is up 8-3 in kills. They have an Infernal Drake. We're about 14 minutes into the game. And Taft has a 6K gold advantage at the moment. 2 towers taken, mid and bot lane towers. Outers are taken. Nothing taken for the side of Lincoln Park, although the top tower of Taft's top outer tower from Taft is very low due to a big push by Poppy. Well, Shen could not get back to lane fast enough. So we're just waiting on this pause. They use about 4 minutes of their pause time. They only have about 6 minutes left. Hopefully the top laner comes back fairly quickly. Poppy was able to land a kill right on the Thresh after the dive on the top lane, so it did not go in favor of Taft there with Shen and Thresh. Went a little bit too aggro underneath the tower, and Poppy just has so much lockdown and is already so tanky. They weren't able to kill her fast enough. But then they still ended up getting the kill at the end. Definitely the one to fear will be Kalista in this bot lane. She's got 116 farm at 14 minutes. Is already 5-0 with 2 assists. Almost 100% kill participation. She did miss out on that very last kill onto Poppy. But she's sitting on 6.6k gold, whereas Jhin only has 3.7k gold. So big discrepancy in that bot lane. And Ari is also 3-0, whereas Vlad being 0-1. Big difference, about 1,000 gold difference in that mid lane as well, which allowed Ari to finish that Merlin Namakan. We're going to get the game back started here. Shiva going on this top side. Sejuani does land an ability onto Shiva, but she's going to have to back up as Callista. Jhin and Lulu rotate to that top lane, possibly to finish off that turret. They should be able to take it versus Shen. Shen's about sitting about half-life. And Callista in this bot lane is just going aggro onto Sejuani and just not able to do anything here. Vlad's going to come over to help out to try and take it, but Ari's going to show up, as well as Poppy. Poppy gets hit with a charm, does take the plant over. Thresh misses the hook, and it looks like they will secure this blue buff with the help of Poppy. Shen misses the taunts onto Jhin. Gragas is also in that top lane, trying to help out. Had Shen landed that taunt, probably would have been dead. Thresh with the blind hook into the bush. Great timing from when he saw Sejuani go into the wave. And it looks like they will land the kill. Ari will get the kill, but Vladimir and Poppy coming on the backside. Ari goes in with lands a charm, gets stunned by Poppy. A little bit of a mistake, but Shen comes with the ulti to save him. Vladimir with the pull. This is just too far ahead, doing all of this damage in the back line. And all the tanky men up front to be able to destroy Poppy. So 3 for 0 there. Jin's going to ulti to try and take out one of them. Thresh goes in for the deep hook, but it looks like Jhin might be able to get the kill here. No, gets out safe. With the ult from Shiva, is able to not take any more tower damage. Kamcha's there to help with that Shen, tank the turret so they can get out. Thresh is going to recall. Braga's sitting in that bush top for someone to come around. So let's see how Linkin Park is able to defend this. Sejuani, Jhin, everyone else is back up for Linkin Park except for Lulu. So they're going to take tower. Taft looks like they'll back away. They might rotate to top to take that tower. They have a decent wave going, but Poppy is also there to try and deter them from doing that. Stealing the Krugs, but then there we go. Stolen Krugs. Gragas stealing a little farm from Sejuani, who is a little bit farther behind on gold just because of the no-kill participation. So Thresh looks like he might go down here with Sejuani. Callista on the far side has the help of Gragas. Gragas is going to go in versus all 3 of them. Lots of poking going on. Gragas is going to have to get out of there. He got too low jumping into 3, so 3 versus 4 there. Linkin Park's able to deter them away. They might rotate down to bot lane and then take that dragon. Not sure if they're going to go as 5 to clear that wave. They really only need to send 1 to clear that wave, and then the rest can do something else. But let's see, it looks like Taft is sending some scouts over to ward around to make sure that there is no wards by that dragon and get all set up as everyone else recalls for help. So Shen does not have his ulti, nor does he have his teleport, so he's not able to respond. Poppy's probably going to get this tower here in the top lane, with the rest of Taft rotating to the dragon. Taking a couple tower shots, able to secure the kill, and then probably get out. She does have a teleport available if Linkin Park wanted to contest this, but they're just going to back up and concede it and live to fight another day. As I let Poppy try to catch back up here, due to the early disconnects and missing critical first few minutes of the game. Started the game about 20 CS down. Hasn't grown too much from that, but she is able to secure 2 kills in that top lane to help her recover for the gold that she's missing. The discrepancy in that bot lane now that Jhin has a few more items with CS has been almost negated. 30 CS when at the most it was almost 50 down. So able to catch up, able to secure a few more items, is now able to do a little bit more damage. We get Poppy rotating to that bot lane. We're going to see who Taft sends to respond to it. Poppy's TP is available, so she's able to jump into a team fight if she needs it. And it looks like Thresh and Ari are going to show up. Ari lands all of her abilities, and then we get a flay and a hook from Thresh. So Poppy's not going to be able to do too much damage here. He does not really have any magic resist, so he's not really able to do too much. Thresh goes in with a kill instead of passing it over to Shiva. That could be an issue. That would have been some good gold for the Kalista, even just to get the assist, but is not able to get anything for it. Cloud Drake will be the next one spawned in about 6 minutes. Baron is spawning in about 26 seconds, so we'll see if Taft rotates for an early Baron with Kalista. They're able to take that very fast. So Kalista going with the early Mortal's Reminder to deal with all of the healing from Linkin Park, to deal with that Kalista, as well as to deal with the Lulu. And so Shen gets the ult onto Kalista to save her, and then just backs off. After he gets the kill secure onto Vlad, Kalista's gonna rotate back a little bit, try to heal off of Wolves. She has completed her Hurricane and Bladed Balloon. So we get deep dive by Taft to try and get Jhin after he ulted to clear the wave and do a little damage to the team to stop this Taft push in. But there's not much that Linkin Park can do right now. They're so far behind, and then we get a hook by Thresh and an immediate deletion from Taft with all 5 members sitting in this bot lane to push it into the base. So great hooks by Thresh to be able to land them on the AD carries to get all the damage onto the team. Gragas trying to zone out the rest of the team. They're able to secure the tower. They're able to secure... Oh, Sejuani's going to go in. Looks like we're going to land an ult on Kalista, but no follow-up from Linkin Park. They're just too far behind to be able to do any damage to the back line. Vlad gets hit with a hook, gets taunted, immediate CC. Had Sejuani had her ult right here, she might have been able to do a little more damage. Poppy goes in and dies, Sejuani goes in and dives. Jhin is able to get 1 kill, but then dies in return for it. And they're going to go all the way into the base to get the final ace. Quadra kill for Kalista. And Taft will probably be able to finish this one up quick fashion here. And we just get this GG surrender from Linkin Park. They pretty much knew it was over. That early DC did not help, and just not enough sustained damage to deal with Taft at this time. So we'll see when they get set up for the next game. Hoping, yeah, they did not start it yet, which is great. Sometimes teams just go with the early join game right away, so they did wait, which is great. So we're going to get a side swap. Linkin Park will get first pick, first ban. Let's update this. Taft. Good. We're ready to go here. So let's see if Linkin Park can come back and make this one a tie. So we're waiting on one more person to get back into this Taft game here. What do you guys think about that first game? Taft played that one fairly clean. Doing a very good job. At finishing up that game. So we're just waiting on one more person for the side of Taft. Shiva possibly having some connection issues. Alright, Shiva has joined. Taft looks like they're getting everything else set in reorder. Once they get set, we should be ready to go. We'll talk about the draft. And then after the draft, we'll get into the game. Ready checks? Everyone's ready? So Taft goes up 1-0 right now. This will be the second game, second and final game for the 1-1 series. with the side swaps. We'll see how Lincoln Park's able to perform. We'll go right into the draft. Uh, Focus last game was a lot on the mid laners.
You
We
don't
had
have
three
the
big mid
heart.
laners banned out. Oriana, as well as Syndra, banned out for the mid lane. We're going to get the instant Lucian ban from the side of Lincoln Park. Make sure they don't want to see that Lucian bot lane. I don't know if they're going to let the Callista go through again. Callista was
So
able
I
to do
go.
big work. Looks like Lincoln Park's going to send that Shen to the bench. Not able to keep Shen available for Kamcha to deal all that damage, and with the global ultimate and teleport to be all around the map. We get the Fiora ban again for Taft, and then we get the Lulu ban from Lincoln Park. They do have first pick, so I'm surprised they didn't go with the Lulu again. Maybe they just felt they were countered too hard and did not. They're going to go with a different team comp and did not want Taft to pick up Lulu with with Koik being a Lulu main. So still going to first pick Sejuani to steal that away from Taft's side. Might go with the Callista Thresh again, the bot lane. It worked so well the first game, so let's see how Lincoln Park responds to that. They're going to go with the Ashe Braum, which is a very good combo. So as Thresh goes into Braum, Braum will be able to apply a mark of his passive, and then Ashe will be able to also add stacks to that. So lots of stacking on the side of Lincoln Park. And they're going to go with another melee champion, so that will help Sejuani land the root on the stun onto her. Hovering over Gragas and Maokai, so let's see who Taft locks on. Again, Maokai, another change from this patch. I'm not sure how well he's doing in competitive. His ult is not as good for protecting the carries as it used to be, although it is great setup for team fights, and they're going to lock it in. So they're going to go with the Maokai in the top lane. Not sure how much Kamcha has played with Maokai with the new patch. We'll have to see how well he does here. Thanks again for checking us out for this game of the week. Lincoln Park versus Taft. Lincoln Park was dismantled by Taft in the first game uh, when just after 20 minutes. Hovering over the Jax picks. They still have some time if they're just deciding if they wanted to pick out. Taft will have last pick for the mid lane. We'll see who they will pick to counter the mid lane of Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park has to pick it here with the last pick. So they're going to lock in the Ahri. Oriana is banned out. Syndra is still available. Pedro does play quite a bit of Syndra. I'm not sure who he's going to play this game. But Syndra did not get banned because Lincoln Park opted to ban Lulu and Shen this game. Taft not having any fear about the Sejuani in the jungle, left it open for them to first pick it. No issues. We're going to have about a minute while they switch around, trade if they need to. Looks like everyone pretty much picked their lanes. No aggressive picks that they needed. They were pretty much in the order that they needed. We'll have about 45 seconds break and then a 3-minute for the spectator delay, and then we'll get into the game. So I will see you guys in about 3 minutes. All right, welcome back, guys. We got about 10 seconds left here until we hit the spectator delay, and then we head into game. Nothing really unusual coming out for summoner spells. Syndra going with the cleanse to get out of Ari's charm, and Ari going with the exhaust. So she's able to land that before Syndra ults, then it will take away a big chunk of damage. Everywhere else, fairly normal abilities. Thresh opting for the ignites or the exhaust instead of the ignite. This game probably to deal with the back line or the front line of uh, the front line. Sorry, the front line of Lincoln Park High School, uh, dealing with the Jacks jumping onto Callista, uh, and then going from there. So a little less early game pressure out of that bot lane because of the exhaust. Not able to secure a kill with the ignite like it did last game, but will definitely help that back line if Jax is able to get onto that back line of Lincoln Park or of Taft. So Taft going with similar picks in the bot lane and jungle, and opting for Syndra uh, in the mid lane because Ari was picked by Lincoln Park first. All right, let's get everything set up. Of course, as I go to change it, it all just goes back anyway. That's correct. That's good. Alright, twist that. And put these. Alright, mid, jungle, good. All set with that. So we get Taft setting up the early invade again, possibly going a different route, not able to see Lincoln Park, and they get the ward in the tri-bush, so they're able to see where they are. Will they be able to get out in time? Everyone's paying attention. Looks like they'll be able to get out. Taft just kind of roaming around, sees that it's warded. We'll just back up. Ash trying to get a little poke, let him know that we know that you're here. But again, Taft failed invade onto Lincoln Park, trying to catch them off guard, but Lincoln Park well aware of what Taft was trying to do.
Minions have spawned.
We get another quick pause here. Hopefully we're not having the same issues that we were before. So it looks like Taft is having an issue this time with their AD carry. So it looks like Shiva is having some issues. He's going to disconnect. Hopefully it does not take too long here to come back and we'll be able to get the second game officially going. Thanks again for being here, watching us Taft versus Lincoln Park. Looks like we're all back, set, ready to go here. both sides starting on their bot lane. Looks like Sejuani will take Raptors first instead of taking red buff, so going for a different start, getting a little bit of poke from Ashe and everyone else, but should be able to clean this up fairly safely. Did not pop one of her potions, but she's going to probably go over to red buff and be able to take that. And using Smite, be able to heal up fairly quickly. So Maokai missing a couple of the first wave of CS right now. He's missed 3. Maybe not sure about his auto attack and his abilities, what he's doing here, but not helping with Jack's ability to poke out. Early level 2, Ashe has to flash the hook, perfect hook by Quake, and able to cause Ashe to waste her flash, but looks like Sejuani's on that bot side. If she takes the Krugs and is fairly healthy, she'll hit early level 3 and be able to help gank on this bot side. So Sejuani with this early side, this start would help out the bot side if they're able to secure a kill here. Definitely a difference from the last game where at this point the bot lane was very far ahead. Good damage out of Maokai onto Jax here. Every time Jax jumps in, he's going to land the stun, get the Colossus shield, and be able to hurt them a little bit more. Sejuani setting up to go in. We got a little bit of a trade up in that top lane. Lots of action going around. Going to get the slow out of Thresh. Shiva's going to have to flash to get out, but still able to do good damage. We get the exhaust out of Braum. She was still applying all the passives onto their team. Everyone's very low in that bot lane. All summoners used except for Flash from Braum still has it. Sejuani still has her Flash as well. So both teams are going to have to play this fairly safe in this bot lane now. It looks like Sejuani might come around the river. Is she going to? No, she's going to take Scuttle, heal up off of Scuttle, possibly get some mana back, maybe show back up. Gonna check all the blue side for the blue buff for that side and just get some deep vision so they can see.
A summoner has disconnected.
And we're gonna get disconnect from the AD carry from Taft again. So it looks like he might be still having some same issues here. We had a short pause last time. Hopefully this one's just as short. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do with connection issues. But as of right now, we have advantage going to Taft. Is about the gold difference is only about 500,000, so 500 gold difference, mainly due just to farming in the top and bottom lane. Not too much difference overall. Biggest difference being in the top lane, Maokai. So just reconnected. We'll see if he's able to get right back in. So this could be very unfortunate for Taft if their AD carry is lagging underneath the tower with Sejuani coming to gank. With that river being warded by Thresh, Thresh is able to get out and possibly get Shiva out in time. And he does lantern them away just in time to get them out. So safe play, exactly what they needed. Hopefully those connection issues have been handled so they're able to get back on track. So Maokai going to teleport back to the lane. Jax is going to land an instant, but not able to get any more poke damage onto him. Lands a hook onto Ashe. Thresh goes in. No mana for Flay back, so Braum's going to block almost entirely Callista's abilities there. Going to get massive damage off, but no Flay by Thresh. Otherwise, they possibly would have been able to do more damage to that combo in the bot lane. Ashe looks like they're going to stick around trying to clear this wave. They definitely need some help, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get it. Jax goes in, but does not know Gragas is hiding in the bush. Gets everything onto Jax here. Jax probably go down for first blood, right to Gragas. Great play by that Gragas to sit in that lane. Jax not knowing he was sitting there, still going in. Jax not possibly having a ward available to place there, but not using it and opting to go in anyway. He should have known that that Gragas would have been in that top side jungle, having cleared his bot lane first. Gragas did go for the full clear and then went right into gank that top side. So all known, bot lane getting lots of damage onto that bot tower as quickly as possible, pushing the wave all the way in. Does take a big CS advantage again in that bot lane. He's up by he's up by 15 right now. Mid lane is fairly even. Pharah is able to pick these up. She'll be ahead by 1. Both sides very healthy. Although Syndra did have to use her flash. Not sure when she used it, but she did have to use her flash. So Gragas going to clear out the rest of his bot side. The ward had expired on that blue buff, so I'm not sure if they know that he went back for Gromps. He does have a level advantage right now onto Sejuani, 5 versus 4. Linkin Park going to try and freeze this lane as much as possible while they're missing, so if they don't get out-pushed or zoned out of their abilities. Even though Taft is pushing very hard, they should realize that it will be pushed extremely hard when they come back. Again, going with the Cutlass with that first buyback. Gragas now on that top side, did use the plans, able to spot out that ward. There is a control ward sitting in the tri-bush. Maokai is going to try, looks like, and zone out and freeze the wave here so that Jax isn't able to get in to get any. Maokai going with the double Doran's, Ruby Crystal, and a cloth, as well as boots. So big buyback, whereas Jax only has a longsword and the Doran shield plus the corrupting potion. Sejuani sneaking in to try and steal the blue, and Taft looks like they're responding. Syndra looks like she's going to catch out Sejuani, misses the stun, lands the slow. Good dodge of the charm by Thresh, able to land the hook onto Ahri. Ahri will go instantly down with the Syndra ult. Primed and ready to go. Probably a little bit of a waste in that mid lane. Ahri was going down. There was 3 members of Taft there, but uses it to get the kill secure with a cooldown reduction from why am I forgetting the name now? Lost Chapter. Alright, there's no cooldown reduction. So no cooldown reduction, so we'll have a little while before that ult's back up. Taft's going to take the early Mountain Drake, which will help them lift their towers, as well as taking other large monsters, like the Rift Herald, as well as the Baron and other dragons at this point. Sejuani hanging out, not quite level 6 yet. If Linkin Park was able to hit 6, they would have been able to do lots of damage with the lockdown from all of the ultimates. Taft able to take the Mountain Drake. It looks like Taft will back up, however, Thresh is very low. AD carry gets hit with the charm, but gets lanterned away. Taft is extremely low. Are they going to be able to get any more damage onto this Thresh or Kalista? We get a flash from Braum, flash from Kalista. So everyone looks like they're going to get out alive. So nobody really getting ahead. Syndra, Ashe is going to flash on her. Not 6 yet. Had she been 6, would have been able to instantly kill her. But Syndra still will go down here due to bad placement and everyone else jumping on top of her. So all summoner abilities used except for the top laners. Gragas still does have his flash. Syndra's flash is about up. So she just missed the timing to do that. And Linkin Park is going to try and snowball off of this. Getting that kill definitely helped them get caught back up in gold now. Just 1,000 gold, a little over 1,000 gold down. Maokai doing a great job to try and zone out the Jax from getting any creeps, so he's up got a 20 CS advantage here. Maokai just too tanky, and Jax with too many spells that go on to Maokai, so he's able to out-trade him very heavily. Still has 2 potions left, so very healthy, whereas Jax does not have any potions left. Syndra's ulti is available. He's going to get the Lantern from Thresh, but not able to land anything else in succession. So it looks like they're just going to back up. We get the ping that Thresh is missing from that bot lane. Let's see if Jax does teleport to that tower or if they're just going to let him take it. 3 men in that top. So they're going to dive onto Jax. Thresh misses the play but does land the hook. But then we get the bola out of Sejuani, so they're going to go turn around this fight pretty good. They do take out the Maokai. They might take out the Gragas here. Oh, the ult knocks Jax away, so he's not able to jump to him. So outplayed. 3 versus 2 in that bot lane. Thresh not landing that initial flay, but taking the initial damage from the tower did hurt him out. So now the wave gets pushed in on the bot side of Taft. Kalista have to farm by herself. She's not as far ahead as she would like to be, as what she was last game, so she's not able to 2v1 them like last game. And Ashe still having her ult up. If Kalista steps just out of place, they would have a very hard time countering, but Linkin Park deciding to still push in the wave. The best thing here would have been to freeze the wave in the middle until Thresh came, just because you have the advantage with the ult. So Ashe Arrow into the Braum ult. They could have easily killed Kalista in the solo, but they were not able to. Kalista going to keep pushing, going to delay Ashe from going back to get her next item. CS advantage is only 8 compared to this time last game it was nearly 30. Thresh missing the hook, but just going to retreat, wait for that cooldown to be back up. Going to collect his coins. Thresh going to ward in the river here, waiting for Gragas to come over. Maokai looks like he might get the first turret here, depending on how quickly Jax comes back. Braum jumping in to do some damage onto Kalista. Jax able to clear that wave. 3 men in the bot lane. Thresh grabbed Gragas grabbed the Lantern from Thresh, but Sejuani is there to help out with anything that might happen. And Maokai unable to push Jax into the tower now. Jax able to farm and just take a little minion damage. Has enough lifesteal to heal up from them. Oh, and the early cleanse from the Syndra goes down to Ahri's Charm. Jax able now to out-duel Maokai. So Linkin Park has the advantage here. They don't have the gold advantage, just to better farming from Taft. But Linkin Park able to save both of their towers, and Jack's going to be able to put a bunch of damage onto this top tower. So we're going to see who's going to get the first tower here. Maokai opting, looks like, not to teleport back to that top wave. There, now he's going to teleport to a minion. Jack's having no health left. Maokai wasn't able to really build too much, but he's going to actually get hit aggroed by the tower. Gragas coming in for a dive on the bot lane. Thresh ults, but he's not able to do much, but we will get probably a kill here in this top lane from Maokai, just too tanky to be able to help being under that tower, taking all those turret shots. So 1 tower taken in the bot lane, a kill in the top lane. Gragas almost getting hit from Sejuani as he took that plant over. And it looks like they're going to rotate to the mid lane to help out Pedro on this Syndra in the mid lane. Maokai's going to pick up that top tower as well. Taft going with the early invade onto Linkin Park's bot side jungle. Thresh getting the hook over the wall, but he will not take it for a ride. They possibly could have engaged on that with the Gragas ulti with Syndra, but too tanky with Braum and Sejuani in there. They're going to rotate to take the Infernal Drake that just spawned, but all 4 members of Linkin Park are right there. Jax is in the top lane. He does not have TP available, so Taft can definitely take advantage of this. Maokai gonna walk right into the whole team, just get locked down completely. Does get a big Colossus shield. Ash Arrow misses. Braum gets the knockup onto Maokai, but just too tanky for Maokai to be able to do anything. Gragas almost dying to Jax, then he finally goes down with the Ari. Right now, very close game, and a great shot right there to kill from Kalista. Taft just a little bit too strong and a lot helped on their micro. Ash did miss the arrow. Thresh goes in for the play. Kalista smartly ults, but Thresh still might go down here. No shield. Taking tower shots from Kalista, so Taft goes clean. Is able to get 5 kills. All right there in a row. So missed Ash arrow and Sejuani not being around, so Taft is just able to outplay them. Had the Ash arrow landed, it might have been a completely different story. Linkin Park started off that fight very well, chunking Maokai almost down to nothing, but just not able to get to the back line of Taft. So Taft go 5 for 0 there. Take a 6k gold advantage now after that. And it looks like Kalista might be able to pick up the Infernal Drake, but it's going to have to back up. Infernal does a lot of damage if you're a little squishy. And she's very low on health. She would have had a good smite. And it looks like they're just going to take the Infernal Drake. It looks like they might contest it here. Oh, and an early smite by Gragas. The lockdown from the ults from Sejuani, and they're able to get out. And survive. So a little bit of an early ult from Gragas, not able to secure that kill onto the Infernal Drake. So Inferno for the side of Linkin Park and a Mountain for the side of Taft. And the next Drake will be another Infernal, so will be hotly contested when we have it in 7 minutes. It looks like Linkin Park's setting up to take the Rift Herald as well. It's a very good pushing buff. Lockdown from Ari from the Thresh is still almost able to kill Syndra at this point. Syndra using all of her abilities, had to flash away. Thresh looks like he might be going back in just to die. Kalista does show up, so she might be able to save him here with an ulti. It's almost available. But just so much damage from Kalista. Thresh just misses the hook. Gragas trying to go in as hard as he can. Whereas Maokai is trying to zone out Jack, so he's just not able to get into this fight. And he's able to do a very good job at chunking him down for damage. Gonna use the ultimate. Will it be able to catch up to him in time? It does. He's a little too deep to be able to help much. It's just gonna have to be able to back up here. Kalista now is gonna try and poke out this mid turret. Just a little wave here, so she's not gonna get too much damage. Braum should be able to clear it fairly easily with Sejuani there. And Ari now showing up. Flash onto Kalista. She's going to go instantly down with all of the stuns from the side of Linkin Park. So thinking she was really far ahead, but too far deep for Taft to be able to do anything with it. All teams scouting around. Looks like we're having a big focus in this top lane. Maokai getting caught out with Jax and Braum there. Gonna try and delay this as much as possible, do as much damage to both of them, but now Ari shows up to the party, and I don't think he's gonna be able to get away. Ash is also here, gonna finally use his flash. And a great play from Thresh to be able to land the lantern, get Syndra back into the fight after she got stunned out. Sejuani would have been able to get away had she not got the Syndra flash over there. Ari doing tons of damage, almost like Gunblade, but Ash just way out of position now. Did have to use his flash, not gonna go down to the Gragas. Oh, Syndra comes in with the ball at the last minute. So Linkin Park is staying around a little too long in this top lane. They had the advantage, had Maokai almost down to nothing, but too many different fights at different places and just not able to secure anything. And Taft looks like they're going to try and take this Rift Herald as quick as possible. Gragas isn't there for the smite. And we're going to have 3 members trying to take this down as quick as possible before it despawns. They do not have much time, so we'll have to see if they get it before he despawns. Kalista does show up, so Kalista will provide a bunch of damage. A few seconds left. They're able to secure the kill. Maokai's going to pick up the Rift Herald buff and then use the enhanced recall to get back to base and reset to take up some more towers. So great team playing by Taft. Some of Linkin Park's calls are not the greatest. fighting on two separate fronts. Sejuani getting caught with 3 members in that river by the Rift Herald, while the rest of the team was in the top lane. Had Sejuani been there for the team fight to help protect and help finish off Maokai, they would have easily been able to secure a couple kills, but Taft instead getting a bunch of kills and then securing the Rift Herald at the last moment. Gragas in that top side jungle trying to steal some of the jungle farm away from Sejuani. Will Kalista and Thresh push on the mid lane. Ahri's doing lots of damage to this back line of Taft, but Gragas showing up to secure, gonna land a knock up onto Jax, land a combo, but then Jax is still gonna be able to get away. So now setting up in this bot side, gonna try and get this next outer turret. Maokai is in the top side, so probably gonna be using his Rift Herald buff soon, as 4 members are on the side of bot. Thresh lands a hook onto Braum, not who he wanted to, but Ahri and Sejuani are all here. Instant cleanse by Syndra, but she's still gonna go down. It looks like the Ahri heal used by Shiva does able to secure the kill onto Kalista, which is great for Taft. Thresh gets saved at the last instance. Syndra's still able to backline damage. Jack's gonna jump onto Kalista. She might be able to get Kalista here. Thresh is trying to outduel Sejuani. Jax just misses getting Kalista, not able to get Kalista at that last minute, but does die. The Sejuani is able to kill Thresh. So mixed fight overall. We still have the Rift Herald. There's the Rift Herald buff, so this will be a big push. They probably can get 2 towers here. Linkin Park does not have very many abilities left, not very many summoners, whereas Taft still has 4 members alive, plus the Rift Herald, just doing big chunk damage to that tower. So that's when you want to use the Rift Herald, when the tower's at full, just able to do so much. Someone definitely needs to block for the Rift Herald here so he doesn't get charmed, he doesn't get knocked up. They're only going to get about a half tower. The rest of the team didn't push. They're going to rotate and get ready for this next Infernal Drake. Most abilities are down, so we're going to have to see how Linkin Park responds to this, if they're going to try and trade out. Jax does not have teleport. He's not with the team. Looks like he's a little indecisive about getting in, so Taft just takes a clean Infernal Drake. Not much Linkin Park can do there. Zoned out, did not have very many ultimates, so we're not able to contest that very much. Thresh clearing out some wards before he returns back to ward. They're probably going to start warding that top side for Baron. With Kalista and with a smite from Gragas, they can definitely execute fairly quickly. Kalista has her blade and her hurricane finished, so lots of damage coming out from her. Linkin Park rotating top side to contest some of the vision here. Not sure why Braum was recalling here. If he's going to pick up an item. No, it's just maybe baiting it out. Thresh landing the hook. Not really too many other people there to respond. If he gets caught by something here, he could have some issues. Smited Crab. Looks like Sejuani. Nope. Gragas did get the smite onto it. Thresh lands a hook on the back line. Ahri goes down to about half health after just a little bit of damage. Braum is there. Jax is in that top lane. Ash Arrow is going to come out, but it's going to be a little too late to do any kind of initiation. Thresh landing the hook on a minion, but still going in to take the ride to try and get some damage onto Kalista. And it looks like Taft is just going to try and push in. Maokai's going to come with the ult from the side to try and land it on someone. They do land it on Jax and Sejuani, so Sejuani not able to get in, whereas Jax is able to be kited around from that back line. But it looks like Gragas might go down here, which could be an issue for Taft. Is able to get away. Sejuani goes in for the rest of the side of the team. Is going to get locked down and then ulted by Syndra at the last moment. So Kalista was there doing all the damage to the tower to take it out. Well, the rest of the team was all around, so we go 3 for 0 for the side of Taft. And Taft looks like they might be able to close this one out very soon. Ahri is able to wave clear, so Taft is going to have to reset. They can't end it this early. Taft is probably going to go start to play the Baron dance again. So unless they get picked, they will not be able to handle this Linkin Park. Linkin Park going to have to stay in the middle. There's a big wave top lane, so if Taft is able to take this Baron really quick, they will be able to use that top wave aggressively if no one else shows up. Unfortunately, it looks like Pedro's going to go and clear that wave and push it in even faster. And might just get caught out. Yeah, it does get caught out. Gunblade gets the knockback, but then still dies to Ari there. Ari there showing superior skills to be able to outplay. Sejuani going in. Callista gets ulted by Ash Arrow. It's going to be a long stun, but nobody else there to respond to all of the ultimates coming out from Sejuani and Ash. Ash too far away. Ari still farming that big wave in the top. Jax goes in, almost kills it, but Ash gets the last crit onto Callista. This is going to be very unfortunate for Taft. They're going to have to retreat from this one. They might be able to land a kill onto Jax. They do land a kill onto Jax. Maokai in that backline doing lots of damage from his Sunfire, but just not able to secure any kill. Thresh flashes for the hook, but is not able to land it onto anyone, trying to hook possibly Ash or Ari. Some of that wave clear from their side. We get the flash from Ash after Maokai already had jumped to her. Shield going onto Ash, but not able to save her. Braum going the opposite way. Looks like he's going to chase down Braum, clean up that kill. Maokai going deep into that backline. He's just too tanky for anyone to be able to deal with. At this time, Sejuani has respawned, so they're actually going to be able to lock down Maokai. If Ari can get a little more damage onto him, they will be able to secure the kill. Ari lands a charm onto Thresh instead. And Ari's going to have to back up now. Sejuani's still able to do lots of damage. Probably won't be able to get anything. Ari, his ult is already back up. But lands the hook onto Ari, and the super minion is going to get the kill. So Thresh gets the solo kill onto Ari. Thanks to the super minion and the stun from the hook. Taft is going to have to reset. They are really low. Syndra is pushing that bot wave in, trying to save that bot turret. We have 8 kills to 26 and a 14k gold advantage for Taft. So unless things are played perfectly by Linkin Park, they're going to have a very hard time dealing with the rest of this team. Callista looks like she missed trying to get over that wall with the dash. She can dash over that wall, but it looks like she just missed it. Sejuani choosing not to go in against her. Now that she has a GA, there's really not much that she can do. But Linkin Park pushing out this mid wave, having Jax and Sejuani push it out so they can get a little more vision and play this Baron dance. As long as there's someone there to clear. Syndra going to get caught with a stun, was able to dash away. Thresh chasing her down. Braum showing up to help, missing his ability. Jax clearing out a couple wards, warding the bot side for any kind of flanks from the team. So let's see, everyone's abilities are almost back up. Maokai does not have flash, neither does Syndra or Thresh on the side of Taft. Whereas Ash is still missing her flash, and Sejuani and Ari are missing theirs. Bola comes out after the hook. Sejuani throwing it a little bit earlier, thinking that possibly Thresh is going to take that all the way in. Now Thresh goes in with the ult from Shiva. Shiva might go down here. Zoning ult. Sejuani goes down. Ash goes down. Looks like Taft might be able to clean it up here, getting 2 more kills. Triple kill for Syndra. Jax extremely low. Not able to do much. Ari is fairly healthy, but just the team is so tanky from Taft. They have super minions now in the base, able to tank with some of their abilities until this wave finally hits. About 13 seconds on Ash until she's up. They might be able to save the base if they go in. This could be the end of the game. Syndra lands the stun. Jax is able to get away thanks to his dodge. Ash is up. If they land a stun, she'll be instantly put out. There goes Shiva. Gets the flash kill in the pool just to make sure that nothing goes around. Big fight here in the back line. Linkin Park doing their best to try and save their base. No towers left available. Super Minions doing work. Thresh landing the hook onto Ari. It looks like this will be GG. So Taft goes 2-0 against Linkin Park. Great games by both sides. But Taft definitely showing superior team fighting skills when compared to Linkin Park. Linkin Park had a very few chances to get back into this game after the early lead. But good games all around from both teams. Good job this week, guys. Good luck next week. Hit the practice, hit the scrims, and I'll let you guys know. Check me out on Twitter. Check it out on Facebook, or Facebook on YouTube. Videos will be up shortly. But make sure you subscribe, follow, pass the message around, let everyone know, so we can make this bigger and better for next year. Uh, Let me know if you guys have any questions. Hit me up on Twitter. Respond really quickly, and then feel free to uh, create your own school pages as well, so we can help get the word out for there. So 2-0 for Taft today. Lincoln Park drops down to 1-0-2 for the year. They still have a good chance to make the playoffs. Top 8 make the playoffs for this league out of the 11 teams that are in it. So they have definitely a good chance to play and be able to be in the playoffs. So they might have to make a run. They'll be towards the bottom, but they might have a few easy matches coming up. They did secure a good victory the first week, beating a very good team, OPRF, who now has jumped up for either first, or it should be a tie for second, depending on who else wins this week. But good job, everyone. Have a good day. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. Check us out on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. And have a good week.